Hey guys, RWBY here for another video, and if you guys watched my video from the previous one, Who Killed Summer Rose, please watch that because I do mention something that's important. This video also is mentioned. So in this theory video, why isn't Summer ever talked about in RWBY? One, we're not going to go into the fact, well, the writers haven't implemented it. The writers are probably planning something for it. Yes, they probably are, but we're not going to focus on that. We're going to focus on the story and why. And so, hopefully this video isn't super long. And Summer, however she died in her death, must have been something ever feels like they could have prevented. And it could have been something that she could have been saved, or it could have been something that completely was unexpected. But in this video, I think everyone that knows about Summer, knows how she died, has this tremendous guilt behind it, that they feel horrible. Sorry, I am like congested right now. Still I am, oh my god. That they all feel this horrible what happened. We could have saved some. We could have been prevented from going on the mission, from dying, from getting killed. In my Who Killed Someone, I use Salem and probably wonderful little henchman who killed her. I do believe that, and I'm going to base on that theory in this, but whoever did kill whoever did, it's going to be implied in here too. But however she died, I think people, they feel, especially Ozpin, Crow, Taeyang, even Raven, could be another reason why she hates Ozpin and can't doesn't trust him, and yeah. So it's because the way she died, however she died, the way she died, it was something maybe they could prevent. Maybe Ozpin didn't let her go on that mission. Maybe told her that she shouldn't go. Maybe would have stopped her. Maybe if Crow would have stopped her. Maybe if Ty, even Raven could have stopped it. Everyone feels like they could stop her. And we even told Yang and Weiss that there's a reason why you shouldn't really trust Ozpin back in Volume 5. Was it 4 or 5? I forget. No, it was 5. And yet, they still... And with this volume, with Volume 6, Yang is almost seeing the point where Raven is talking about how you can't really trust Ozpin because he keeps these secrets and doesn't tell you the full truth. He gives you half-truths. And, yeah. So, yeah, it's just at this point, who knows? And one of the reasons I've noticed back in Volume 4 when Yang was going through after she lost her arm and she was trying to use the prosthetic she got from Atlas, there's a point where Yang and Yang talk. Yang and Yang. Tai and Yang talk, and excuse me, give me a second, you guys. Sorry about that. So with that, they were having a conversation about Raven, and because Yang wanted to know more about more of her mother, and Tai basically says in the short note version I'm going to give you, is that she was a very complicated woman. We all know Raven's complicated, okay? It's just a fact from what we've known and what we've been told, and just in general. But the thing is, it's that the only two people have talked about Summer was Crow and Yang, but she was talking to Blake, but no one's really talked to RWBY about Summer, or even Yang. even though Yang didn't ask about Summer, but she still asked about Raven, Tai doesn't ever mention her, and they were in a relationship when she died. Okay. I'm not going to go to the theory and see why. I'm not going to go into the theory that Crow could be Ruby's father, actual father. Okay, just ignore all those other theories for this video. But the guilt that I think everyone held is the reason why they won't talk about her. I won't say it's taboo in the series to talk about Summer. It's just she doesn't really pop up because Ruby's never really asked. You know, we've seen Ruby talk to Summer at her gravestone, but we haven't seen more of anything else. Oh, excuse me. In the series, Crow, when he was talking to Ruby, I noticed that, okay, since I've kind of I rewatched Volume RWBY before Volume 6 came out. I noticed in that moment in Volume 3, when Crow's talking to Ruby about her civilized, he doesn't even look at Ruby to tell her. And maybe because, Summer was told about her silver eyes, and, Ruby looks a little bit too much like Summer if we all think about it. But it just, I think for Crow, it reminds him of guilt. And Crow probably holds a lot of it because he probably feels he could have saved Summer. He could have made sure she didn't leave, she didn't go on that mission. And not go and try to stop or do whatever she did to Salem. We're going to use Salem, for example. And with Tai, he feels guilty because he should have stopped her too. And Ozpin could have been the one who sent her on that mission, and feels like it. I think pretty much everyone will, even probably Ironwood does, even pretty much most people who were close to Summer, who knew her, knew what she could do, probably feels like guilt because no one knows what really happened to her. And no one's not going to pop out and say it. I'm waiting for the moment where someone reveals what really happened. I don't even care if Salem admits the fact she killed Summer. Or the fact that Ozpin says it. Or even Crow. I'm kind of hoping one of the members of Team Stark actually tells Ruby and Yang what happened to Summer, what happened to Ruby's mother, and happened to Yang's stepmother. I just refer to Summer as Yang's mother half the time. Because, what, she raised Yang after Raven ditched when AWOL. We're gonna say that. Just, however the way Summer died, someone's going to feel like it could have been prevented. We just let it happen. It could have been on Summer too. She probably wasn't gonna let anyone stop her, okay? If Ruby's inherited Summer's stubborn nature, because we all know how stubborn Ruby is. She's like, I'm gonna fight, I'm gonna help, and I don't care what you gotta say. That's Ruby. And I feel like Summer was similar in that way. And she did this, and someone must have had a reason why she would do this. Let herself run into the face of danger and death. It probably was to protect Ruby. And even though this could have been prevented, it doesn't matter because I think in the series, I think everyone thinks that if we don't talk about it, she's never going to ask. Ruby is just going to ask questions one day. She's going to she's going to find out something that she has no idea, like her silver eyes, and just ask away. I'm hoping the day where Ruby explodes and just wants answers. But Ruby's not going to do that. That's more of a Yang thing. Yang's pretty much already done that. I think they're all tired of the lies and not being told everything. Because if they're going to fight Sam, they should know everything. I think this is one of the problems that Summer ran into. Or maybe she was told too much and she could barely handle it. And Summer, she had these abilities with her silver eyes, and it's and like I said in my video before this that it led up to her. So that could be one of the reasons why she died, because she was hunted down and she was killed. And I keep saying this, that everyone feels guilty, and this could be this is basically what the entire video is about. I think pretty much out of all of them, I will probably say the three, probably Team Stark feels the worst, and Ozpin. Because Ozpin has been around for so long, he feels like he could have prevented this. He's seen this happen before. And he's made another mistake, losing another huntress, and losing a samurai warrior to this. And it's just this idea of, and one of the reasons why Ozpin pretty much says why he kind of made RWBY team leader. This is something about RWBY that she gives these people this courage, and whatever he says to Oscar about RWBY, and maybe someone had something similar too, and that's why he chose her to make team leader. She was the leader of Team Stark. I think this is why this time around with a Silver Warrior, Ozpin is very careful. Why he hasn't told RWBY what she can do. Because probably one of the faults I mentioned in my video before was Summer probably learned about it when she was too young. And yeah, it was a different time when Summer was around. And before RWBY was born and everything. But one thing I'm going to keep saying is that whatever the reason she died from, it left some kind of mark and reminder what can happen if we're not careful enough. And this is why everybody's wanting to protect RWBY so bad. And it's one of the reasons why no one's really told RWBY anything. It's only to protect it, but it also can hurt her in the end. I'm going to mention back in RWBY and Crow's conversation in Volume 3, RWBY basically says to Crow she wants to, if she's so important, why does she help and do something about all this? And basically Crow is basically saying to her, you can't, because you're the reason why you're being hunted down by who knows what. Well, mainly by Salem. And you could die, and he's probably remembering the fact that this is probably the way Summer died. And he's not going to lose his niece. And maybe his actual child. No, I'm not pointing out that theory. I'm confused in the comments. He's trying to protect something that was left of Summer, and something that he didn't do a long time ago that he should have done. Crow has a lot of guilt. Probably one of the more ones who has probably the most. I narrowed it down to mainly Ty and Crow and Ozpin having this extreme guilt over it, and they could have done something. They probably could have been the only ones. Mainly probably Ozpin and Crow. And that's why Crow is trying to protect RWBY as much as possible. She doesn't end up like Summer. And also, why doesn't anyone ever talk about it is because probably the way she died. And because she was such an important thing. Well, if she was so important, why don't you? And then why don't you talk about it and tell everyone it's probably what happened and the reason why we shouldn't do the way we did, and probably why they're treating RWBY the way she is. And plus, RWBY is not Summer. We have to look at that factor. But RWBY has a similar situation Summer had. we know barely anything about Summer because of people won't say anything, won't talk about it. Is because of this. I think Crow feels like he could have prevented her death. He could have went after it. Even if he did, he probably was too late. And he blames himself for it. That's why he is so determined to protect Ruby as much as possible, to prevent her from doing this stuff. But, and also, I think Crow also blames it because of his semblance. Why he never got too close. Why he didn't take... Crow, his semblance is of bad luck. And, yes, I think, in the end, what I'm trying to say here is that Summer's death was probably such a huge blow that it reminds them of what could happen to another survived warrior, which was Ruby, and probably why Osmond took her in so young. Could have been multiple reasons why he did it, and she was so just advanced too. So yeah, she just hopped on the board and beacon. And plus Crow trained her too, so might expect. And I will say Ty, basically Yang just says he was a total wreck after someone died. And I am going to get to Ty. Ty has this extreme pride guilt because when Summer died, they were in a relationship. Whether it was his wife, his girlfriend, whatever, what they were. We didn't say. It doesn't, I had to look on the wiki to know, but it just reminds us, for him, he could also prevented Summer from leaving, from going on that mission, from dying. He could have protected her. And I think that's why Ty kind of shut down after she died. It was the self-blame and guilt. And yeah, it was just a major thing. There is a real reason why, and hopefully we'll learn why no one really talks about someone. It just kind of all adds up. It's probably how she died, and probably what happened, and probably because to protect Ruby from the truth. Because you say one thing, she's gonna ask questions. It's just how things go. Because Yang asked questions, and Ty finally answered. And plus, also, it could be Ruby she was around probably 5 years old when her mother died. So, Ruby probably doesn't remember much about Summer, that she was awesome. But it seemed like Ruby was very close to her mother, and her dying did something to Ruby. And I think that's another reason why Ty felt so guilty, was because Yang lost another mother. Ruby lost her only mother, and she had to go the rest of her life not knowing basically who she is, and just knowing that she lost her. I think that's why the whole surprise with Ruby is just so... She doesn't even know what to do because Summer's not here to teach her it. And maybe Summer had to figure it out all on her own, because no one was there to help her with that. Crow points out that it's a very rare trait to have. But there's been 2 lines of people who've had Summer and then Ruby. So it is so rare. It's just randomized. But anyways, I'm going to wrap up this video. Basically, this is just a lot of go around her death. Because of probably how she died, what happened, whatever led up to it, and probably even the aftermath. And also, this also probably divided Team Stark even more, with Ty and Crow just, probably had a fight, and Raven probably didn't show up to the funeral, knowing Raven. Raven probably is angry with Osmond in the fact that Summer did that. Maybe Raven tried to stop Summer to going to, on her mission. And I believe Raven did, and I feel like Raven really did care about her team, and really did care about Summer, and, and then Osmond is just because, he's made more mistakes than a human being on this planet will ever make. Yeah, anyways, guys, if you guys enjoyed this video, hit the like button, and also, if you did, Consider subscribing because I make more videos like this. Also, don't forget to comment what you guys thought and what, just put your thoughts and feelings in the comment section below. Anyways, okay. Anyways, guys, this is Trevor. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.